Hiya! Welcome to LSB Feasters radio channel, where we keep great radio from the past alive. Today we're going to New York and 101 WCBS-FM New York and Bill Brown. WCBS has been playing oldies in New York since 1972, originally playing songs of the 50s, 60s, and 70s when it was a pure oldies station. In 2005, management lost their minds and changed the station to Jack FM. It did an adult contemporary format for about 2 years, which pretty much was universally hated in New York. By 2007, though, it looks like a few brain cells kicked in at CBS management, and WCBS-FM was brought back to New York and immediately shot back to the top of the ratings. It was a new version of CBS, playing songs from the 60s to the 80s, but they had some legendary personalities on WCBS-FM. We're talking Norman Knight, Joe O'Brien, Jack Spector, Don K. Reed, Harry Harrison, Ron Lundy, Dan Ingram, and the voice heard on this air check, Bill Brown. Bill Brown left WOR-FM and joined WCBS during the rock era of the radio station from 1969 to 1971, or to 1972 actually, and then stayed with the station for decades playing oldies from 1972 to 2005 when the station flipped to Jack. If you like the air check, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel too if you like. And just thank you for being a part of our little radio family here. All right, let's go back to the 1970s with Bill Brown on 101 WCBS-FM, New York.
There's something that you've got to feel.
Oh, yeah.
To touch, to taste, and see. And if you've got any sense in your ear, you've got a mind to hear.
WCBS-FM, New York.
WCBS-FM.
It's 101 at 101 in New York. Hey, man, glad to be back. Bill Brown is my name, bronzed, broken back. When you go broke, you got to come back, make a little more bread. Hey, listen, I'm going to learn with you because I've been away from radio for a while. We'll talk about it later. Meantime, dig on this. Makes my old ears feel good to hear some new Steppenwolf. Ride with me, the title of the song. Thanks for all those cards and letters while I was gone, too. But you'll notice I came back anyway. Do, Mr. and Mrs. Bramlett, Delaney, and Bonnie on WCBS-FM in New York. Bill Brown back from vacation. Went down south for a couple of weeks and just kind of hung out on the farm and drove a tractor and drove a motorcycle and drove back to New York City just a couple of days ago. Did have an awfully good time, but it is nice to be back. My thanks, too, to Johnny Michaels for sitting in my absence. We'll do this and get right back at it. Craig Claiborne wrote a consistently excellent Chinese restaurant, the best in Manhattan, and honored Shenli Dynasty, no other New York Chinese restaurant, with 4 stars, his highest rating. Here are 2 reasons why, according to T.T. Wang, the chef and founder of Dynasty. Mandarin beef, sliced fillet of beef combined with abalone, king Wyam chicken and fresh vegetables, dragon and phoenix, that's fresh lobster meat, chicken cubes with scallions, and young bamboo shoot simmered in a ginger sauce. Shenli Dynasty at the corner of 2nd Avenue and 48th Street invites you to enjoy gourmet Mandarin cooking for lunch or dinner, surrounded by the oriental splendor of Russell Wright's design. Call Norman, just plain old Norman, at Plaza 5 3900 for reservations. That's PL 5 3900 for Shenli Dynasty, where every dish is fit for an emperor.
If he kissed you once, will he kiss you again? If he kissed you once, will he kiss you again? Better be certain with Certs.
Be certain with Certs, the delicious candy mint that freshens your breath. Certs contains a sparkling drop of Retsin, the miracle breath purifier. Delicious candy mint, perfect breath mint. Certs is 2 mints in 1. With Certs, if he kissed you once, he'll kiss you again.
If he kissed you once, will he kiss you again? Better be certain with Certs.
WCBS-FM. What a nice thing to do to a Monday.
Well, I tell you what you do. If you think all is lost, get on Highway 78, head toward 81, and then into the mountains of the Blue Ridge. Mercy, mercy me. It's all about ecology.
WCBS-FM.
Stereo 101 Hitchcock Railway. Bill Brown on a Monday afternoon in New York City. Watch the river flow, Bobby Dylan on WCBS-FM. Beautiful Monday in New York City. Sunny skies, as I'm sure you're well aware of by now. Clear and cool tonight, and sunny and pleasant again tomorrow. Yesterday, the air level was listed as good for only the 7th time. That's only the 7th time that's happened this year here in New York City. And today, as acceptable. So if you're breathing, you're fairly safe.
Looking so good, looking so fine. A change has come over you. It's hard to define. Nothing different about the clothes you wear, but something's different about the look of your hair. You're using dry control by Vitalis. You can't see it, but you know it's there. You're using dry control by Vitalis. The supernatural, the natural hair.
New Vitalis Dry Control is a men's hairspray that keeps hair in place without slicking or greasing it down. Vitalis Dry Control gives your hair a dry, casual, natural appearance. Vitalis Dry Control. You know it's there, but you just can't see it.
Natural hair. There's a whole lot of Monday going on. WCBS-FM.
Yes. I remember a couple of years ago, and this was a big hit by Neil Diamond.
Brooklyn Roads, Brooklyn Roads.
Brooklyn Roads. Neil Diamond. It's 1:25. You're on Stereo 1. Oh, wonderful. Doobie Brothers, Nobody.
Listen to WCBS-FM.
A very talented twosome, Brewer and Shipley at WCBS-FM. Tarkio Road, of course, the song. Bill Brown, fresh back from vacation, all bronzed up and broke and all that sort of nonsense. I have to do a little cop-out thing on myself. A couple of people have already asked me, tell me, what did radio sound like in the South and as you drove back? Well, I don't know. I really don't know, because from the time I left here until arriving back on Saturday night, I have not heard one radio. Not a one. I just stayed away from it for some weird reason. I did have one weird thing that happened, though. I was at my parents' house in Georgia and kind of subliminally listening to a radio in the background, and I was thinking to myself, man, that station doesn't play anything but just old music. Stuff from 4 or 5 years ago, and the jock is just, he's terrible. That's the only way I can think. Just absolutely. It turned out to be a tape recording of me made 5 years ago.
Are listening to WCBS. You've got stereo turned on.
Ten-wheel drive on a Monday in New York City. Sunny, beautiful skies, clear and cool overnight, a low of around 60 to 66. And if the weather prognosticator's prediction is anywhere near correct, it's going to be just as nice as today. Beautiful and sunshiny once again.
The dynamic sounds of Ike and Tina Turner pour out for Pepsi.
That's a whole new way of living. Let's help the
My engineer was harassing me about having used the word prognosticator. Actually, I'll clear that up. I could have said weather forecaster, I guess, but I choose to use that word because it's just a big fancy word that means guess.
No sad times, no bad times, just times like these on WCBS-FM.
WCBS-FM, New York. Bill Brown is my name. It's 204 in stereo, 101 Wonder. And this is Smokey Robinson. That's Bill Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, making a memory. My Girl Has Gone. On WCBS-FM, minutes away from 101 minutes of non-stop music.
Here's a way to feel refreshed anytime, any place.
Refresh your taste. Chew Wrigley Spearmint Gum. Refresh your taste. For flavor, it's the one. The flavor's fresh and lively too. It cools your mouth, it's great to chew. Refresh your taste. Chew Wrigley Spearmint Gum.
Yes, there's a lot of fresh, lively flavor packed into Wrigley Spearmint Gum. Chew a stick and see how it cools and freshens your taste. Wrigley Spearmint, you'll like it.
Delicious and long-lasting too. Enjoy it daily, millions do. Refresh your taste. Chew Wrigley Spearmint Gum.
WCBS-FM.
Boy, if you aren't listening to this in stereo, you are missing the whole song. I heard it on an AM radio station once upon a time, and it don't get it.
WCBS-FM.
I always wondered about that. The Bee Gees, and How Can You Mend a Broken Heart? Here on WCBS-FM.
Let me tell you about the history of hair. Ever since man learned it was there, the only way he could keep it neat was to keep it wet. But now Gillette has got the dry look. A dry hair groom in an aerosol can keeps hair casually neat and dry. And only Gillette gives you something more. The Gillette three-way valve that lets you set the amount right for you. Yeah, the wet head is dead. Long live the dry look from Gillette.
Say, if you find yourself watching TV or going to a movie alone or finishing that book of 500 crossword puzzles, you're probably thinking, there's got to be more to life than this. And you're right. Break the bad habits. Develop new ones, like going to Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or Thursdays any night of the week, and learn to like people again. And in order to help you make that big move, we got a great offer for you. Just mention that you heard this on WCBS-FM, and you'll get a drink of your choice on the house. Absolutely free. A free drink with dinner at Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or Thursdays for you and everyone else in your party, too. Just mention that you heard it on WCBS-FM.
WCBS gives great FM. I want everybody to get up off your seat and get your arms together.
WCBS-FM, New York.
Have you heard the news today? Oh, boy.
And this is Bill Gillian with the news.